I looked down to see my daughter Bree excitedly dancing in front of me. It was Sunday, which meant it was officially tea party day, and B was not about to let me forget it. I tried to tell her last week that she could invite any number of her friends over, but she only wanted Natalie, her imaginary friend. I watched as she bounded towards her room, pigtails flying behind her as the fake china clinked in her hands. I smiled as I closely followed with the teapot full of juice. Once I reached her room, I noticed exactly 3 chairs set up. One for me, one for her, and one for Natalie. I took my place in the largest chair while Bree very carefully began to pour the tea into our respective cups. Natalie was purple, of course, her favorite color.
Dad, you should say hi to Natalie. It's rude to ignore.
Bree retorted as she poured my tea last. Oh, sorry, honey. Hi, Natalie. Very happy to have you. I smiled at the empty chair. Bree giggled in return. I'm sure most kids her age also have imaginary friends, but for some reason, Natalie, concerned me. Bree had made up this very elaborate background story for her, and to put it lightly, it was disturbing. Apparently, Natalie had grown up in a foster home her whole life, never having been able to stay longer than a few months at a time.
She has a lazy eye and no one wanted her because she's scary looking, but now she lives under our neighbor's basement.
My little girl explained to me one night. It broke my heart to hear her make up such a tale. Maybe she wasn't taking our move as well as I had hoped. I looked across the table at my sweet daughter talking enthusiastically to her special friend. I watched as she poured Natalie another glass of juice, mentally making a note that was in fact Bree's 3rd glass, and she would be needing to use the bathroom soon. Moments later, upon Bree's request, I quietly excused myself to grab the crackers and cheese from the kitchen. I got about halfway down the hall when I heard her bathroom door shut. Called it. I returned shortly with a plate of crackers and cheese to find my daughter sitting sweetly in her chair. Did you wash your hands, sweetheart? I asked nonchalantly, trying not to embarrass her.
Oh, I didn't use the bathroom, Daddy. Nat did. And yes, she washed her hands.
Bree batted her big brown eyes at me. I signed. At least, she washed her hands. I guess. Once we were finished with our tea and crackers, Bree announced that Natalie had to go home now. I went through the whole charade of guessing where her coat was, while my little girl laughed at all my attempts before simply telling me where she had set it. Holding the air in my hand, I watched her walk Natalie to our front door and hug her goodbye. Once she was satisfied that her friend had left, Bree turned onto her heels and ran towards the playroom, announcing she was going to color her a picture for next time. I shook my head. Oh, to have that sort of imagination again. I turned to make my way to the kitchen when I heard our doorbell ring. As I opened the door, I found my front porch empty. Just before I could close it again, I heard Bree yell at me from the other room.
Natalie says she forgot her bracelet in my room. Can you grab it for her, Daddy?
I looked at the empty space on my porch and decided to amuse my daughter. Wait right here, Natalie. I yelled loud enough for Bree to hear. I walked back into her room and looked around the table. It was void of any bracelet. I chuckled to myself as I called out, here it is. Then something caught my eye. I glanced down at the purple teacup and noticed a shiny silver bracelet inside. My hands began to shake as I picked it up. As I slowly turned it over, I saw the name Natalie delicately written on the inside.